Men try to escape the attacks of wild animals in the forest. Decided to follow the example of bird nests. Take shelter. Built on a tree 2.5 meters above the ground. Tall structures not only protect against danger, stay away from wet ground, always maintain a dry and comfortable living environment. Because I didn't come home all night last night, Xiangzi was kicked out of the house by his wife. He went into the depths of the jungle alone. I want to hide here and live a quiet life for a few days. Finally it stopped next to a 1,000-year-old tree. This tree has been eroded over the years. The interior has become hollow. He decided to build his hut here. However, we have to find some dry wood nearby before we can start construction. Stacked at the bottom of the trunk and lit. Use fireworks to drive away the mosquitoes and ants inside. And Hadron takes the spade, clear out a wide open space, and swung the axe and smoothed out the inside of the trunk. And he started drilling holes in the tree. I plan to install a pair of stairs, easy to get up and down. After drilling the hole, he brought some logs, cut one end out to fit the size of the hole. Hacking out flat cross sections, finally knock it into the hole and fix it. After the ladder is assembled, Hadron climbed up and briefly checked the headspace. Then return to the ground, pick up a saw and saw off the excess trunk, create a regular plane. Then he brought in the logs. After drilling out the hole, knock it into the trunk on the other side and fix it. Use this as a fulcrum. Erect the treehouse platform after convenience. After setting out the basic framework of the platform, Hadron went nearby again and chopped down some thick vines. Circled along the platform, tie and fix with hemp rope first, knock in the wooden nails again, nail the vines firmly to the frame, and then build on that. Continue to erect the rest of the tree trunk, bind and secure with hemp rope. Find some more flexible vines, it goes through the bottom frame, enhance the stability of the platform. After the bottom platform is built, Hadron sat on it and rested for a while. Then I made a basket out of the remaining vines. Then he went down to the ground, went to the river to mix some clay, in a container, easy to handle. Back to the tree, he first drilled a hole in one side of the tree trunk, then put the logs on the shelf one by one, build a strong platform. Then spread the clay evenly on the platform, make a fireplace for heating. Then he used the same method, raise logs on the upper level, frame it. And then clay, a stove for cooking food. After sealing both sides of the entrance tightly, Hadron made another chimney. After installation, plugged the gap with clay, prevent smoke from leaking out. After completion, he couldn't wait to collect some dry wood, put it in the fireplace and light it, test smoke exhaust effect. By the way, I made myself a pot of hot tea. And having finished his tea, he began to build the walls around the treehouse. First the vines are wound around and fixed to the surrounding tree trunks. And some straight logs, interspersed and fixed around as a load-bearing column. The weather in the forest is always changeable. Soon it began to rain lightly. In order to live in the treehouse earlier, Hadron didn't dare to stop what he was doing, continue to weave the surrounding walls with vines. During the period, the position of the window frame was specially reserved. Make sure there is enough light in the room. After the wall blockade is completed, he brought in some more logs, pick out 2 of them, cut a notch in the middle. After stacking them, drilling holes. The load-bearing beams that make up a roof. And then knock a log in the top. Fix the rest of the logs in sequence along the hole. The keel frame that makes up the roof. Compared to directly tiling the logs, it's a frame with a slope. It can effectively avoid water accumulation on the roof. Then he wrapped the vines back and forth around the roof, until it is completely covered. Fill in the gaps between the vines with clay. Considering that pure soil is easily washed away by rain, Hadron also shoveled some turf to cover the roof. This not only enhances the rainproof effect, it also makes the treehouse more harmonious with the surrounding environment. After the roof is completed, Hadron returns to the interior of the treehouse. Seal the gaps in the surrounding walls. Prevent air leakage. And he comes down to the ground. Bring in vines. The plan is to install a wooden door at the entrance. He assembled the door frame first. Along the size of the door frame, the approximate shape of the splicing door panel. Then plug the gap on the side of the entrance door. Then weave the remaining vines into the door panel and turn. Finally, the wire is tied to one side of the door panel. In this way the door can realize the opening and closing function. Busy for most of the day, Hadron's hungry stomach growled. He went back to the treehouse, light the fireplace, start preparing for today's dinner. First pour the meat steak into the pot and marinate it briefly for a while, and then you fry them on the stove. And in between cut some easy side dishes. Fry the steak until golden on both sides and slice. Scent overflowing. A simple dinner is ready. After eating and drinking, it was completely dark outside. Hadron lights up the kerosene lamp. Lying on the floor bed, there was warmth in the fireplace. Tired, he gradually fell asleep.